Little friends, look at this fantastic story. It's about a man who wrote many books in the Bible, did you know? Once upon a time, in a land filled with rolling hills and shimmering seas, there lived a man named Paul. Paul wasn't always known by that name. In his early days, he was called Saul, and he lived in a city called Tarsus. Saul was a passionate man. He studied hard and became very wise in the ways of his people. But Saul had one big problem: he didn't like the people who followed Jesus. One sunny day, as Saul was traveling to a city named Damascus, something extraordinary happened. A bright light from the sky shone around him, and he heard a voice saying, "Saul, Saul, why do you persecute me?" Saul was confused and asked, "Who are you, Lord?" The voice replied, "I am Jesus, whom you are persecuting." Trembling and amazed, Saul asked what he should do. Jesus told him to go into the city and wait. For 3 days, Saul couldn't see anything. Imagine walking around with a blindfold on all the time. But during those days, something special was happening in Saul's heart. A kind man named Ananias, who was a follower of Jesus, visited Saul, placed his hands on him, and said that Jesus sent him. Instantly, Saul could see again. From that moment on, Saul was a changed man. He began to be called Paul and decided to travel far and wide, telling everyone about Jesus and his teachings. He traveled through many cities and countries, facing all kinds of adventures, from shipwrecks to meeting kings, from being thrown into dark dungeons to finding new friends. And as Paul traveled, he wrote letters to the people he met. These letters were filled with stories and lessons about love, faith, and hope. Many of these letters later became part of a book that people still read today. Through all his adventures, Paul learned one important truth: love is patient, love is kind, and it never fails. Children everywhere can learn from Paul's journey that it's never too late to change when you open your heart to love and kindness.